Hey, welcome from the Don't IEP Alone studios. Just kidding. I don't have studios. I have a home office. And that's where this is coming from. And I always keep the curtains drawn. But anyway, welcome to another session of 5 Minutes to FAPE. I am author and special education advocate Lisa Leitner, here to tell you another important IEP lesson and tip to use to be a better advocate for your child, created in bite-sized chunks so that it's not overwhelming. So today I wish this was more interactive. We are going to talk about the most important part of the IEP. Anybody have any guesses? See any hands? No, I don't see any hands because this is not live. The most important part of the IEP is present levels. You may see it abbreviated as PLOP for present levels of performance, PLP, present levels performance, present levels of academic and functional performance. There's a lot of different acronyms that places use. But if you see something that starts with PL, chances are that is your state's present levels acronym. The reason that I put a little car graphic there, and I hope that you guys can see the video, but I'm now getting this little tag on here that says viewers will not be able to see the videos. Sorry. The car is actually moving when I'm looking at it. It's really cute. The present levels section of the IEP is the section that drives the IEP. So if your present levels section is garbage, the whole rest of your IEP is going to be garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. Your present levels section should be a complete, a thorough, accurate, all the baselines, the good, the bad, the ugly, all the things, your child's strengths, their weaknesses, their areas of need, their successes, their assessment scores. It should be a mix of assessments and anecdotes, right? You can put anecdotes in there. There's nothing saying you can't. But IEPs should pass the stranger test where if you pick up an IEP and read this child's present levels, again, it should just be a complete and thorough, accurate picture of this child, because it is this information that is used to develop the goals. If you have crappy present levels, you're going to have crappy goals. If you have crappy goals, you're going to have crappy supports. And then we move on to progress. Well, you're going to have crappy progress because this piece they have to get it right there. Or again, the whole rest of the IEP is just going to be junk. So you want to check, it should be your child's current abilities. It's okay if they copy and paste the old stuff. Like I see things like my kid's an adult now and he's still in that 18 to 22. So he's still in school, but he is an adult. He's been getting services and had IEPs since he's 3, getting services since 6 months. But since 3, he's had an IEP, and yes, they put in information like when he got like certain diagnoses and things. They put it in there. Now he's going into 13th grade, so we're talking about K through 12 plus 3, 4, 5. We're talking about 15 years they've been putting some of this information in present levels. That's fine if they want to do that, as long as the current data is also there. Does it include all areas of need? Academic, social, emotional, functional, behavioral? Does it describe how the disability impacts their learning? Okay. So if your child's reading struggles aren't even mentioned in present levels, that means no goals and that means no supports. If your child's lack of social skills are not mentioned in present levels, no goals, no supports. Okay. If they're vague, outdated, incomplete, then everything that follows after that is also all going to be off target. I spend the bulk of my online training teaching parents how to steer your IEP team and use the data that you have to create the solid present levels so that your child can get what they need. If you're watching in September, you can sign up for the training. I believe it closes September 17th. If you're watching this after then, please join us. The next registration will be, I believe, after around the holidays for next year. So, but your next steps, I do have a present levels checklist in the IEP toolkit for parents. If you want to check that out, that is one of the great tools in there where I give you an entire checklist to sit with your IEP and your present levels and say, okay, is that in there? Is that in there? Is that in there? So that you can see if yours is complete. I also have a great article or blog post, which I will link in the show notes or in the comments. Thank you for watching this lesson. Please stay tuned to the next 5 minutes to FAPE lesson. And of course, subscribe and tell your friends, and have a great rest of your day.